I've been teaching English for more than 3 years, since December 2022 when I was just 18 years old. Today, I want to share the story of why I'm slowly moving from teaching to coding. To be clear, teaching is still my one and only source of income. I still attend classroom every week, but recently I've completed a functional website and now I'm trying to build an app. So let's go. Over the years, while teaching students of different ages and levels, I started noticing recurring problems. Some were learning difficulties, some were limitations within the English centers themselves, organizational issues like repetitive administrative tasks or learning experiences that could be improved. Many of these problems seemed solvable through technology. Whenever I noticed one, I wrote it down in a secret notebook and I made a promise to myself. One day, I'll bring these ideas to life. The problem was, my university major is English language studies, not computer science, not software engineering, not anything remotely related to app development. But I've always been the type of person who teaches himself new skills. I taught myself English, I taught myself video editing, I built this YouTube channel by myself. So, in May 2025, I decided to start learning to code through Free Code Camp. For those who don't know, Free Code Camp is a free platform that teaches coding through micro-learning. I'm not sponsored anyway. I just genuinely enjoyed using it. As a complete beginner with zero technical background, the lessons were surprisingly easy to follow. I completed their entire HTML course, and as you can see on the screen, this was the very first website I manually coded. Pretty insane, right? Back then, my plan was very simple. Learn HTML, learn CSS, learn JavaScript, build a solid foundation, then eventually create an online platform, whether a website or a mobile app, based on the ideas from my secret notebook. But then something happened. One day, while scrolling through Facebook, I discovered that one of my ideas had been already built by someone else. Have you ever experienced that strange feeling when an idea you've been thinking about for months throughout the years is suddenly brought to life by someone you've never met? Yeah, that hit me pretty hard, and it partially changed my approach. So, instead of following the traditional route and spending years learning every technical detail before building something, I started exploring something completely different: vibe coding. Before the senior developers in the comments start throwing tomatoes at me, I know this part might be a little painful to hear, and honestly, I understand why. I know many developers spent years mastering programming fundamentals, software architecture, debugging, security, and countless of other skills. So, if you are one of those people, I genuinely respect your journey, but please remember, I'm just an English teacher trying to contribute to English education in my country and hopefully beyond. The Facebook incident wasn't the only reason I started vibe coding. There were many factors. YouTube kept recommending videos of successful AI-built apps that generate revenue. AI tools were becoming more powerful every month. And then I watched Startup.com, a documentary released in 2001. One quote from the film is that speed is king. Oh yeah, by the way, for viewers watching this, I want to share something interesting. This is just a personal observation, not a fact. But I feel that Western and Eastern cultures often approach progress differently. To me, many Western countries seem to value speed. Learn quickly, launch quickly, test quickly, fail quickly, improve quickly. Maybe that's why conversations tend to be direct and to the point. Maybe that's why leadership changes every few years. Again, just my personal observation. On the other hand, many Asian cultures seem to place greater emphasis on foundation, preparation, patience, accumulation, like slowly gathering gunpowder before a massive explosion. It reminds me of a Chinese proverb: be not afraid of growing slowly. Be afraid of standing still. So to me, these are two fascinating philosophies from two different parts of the world. And I found myself wondering, which path should I take? Move fast or build slowly? Eventually, I decided to do both. I'm not someone who simply opens an AI chatbot and type in, make me an English learning app that makes me rich. Makes no mistake. That's not how I work. I'm still learning the fundamentals through crash courses. I'm learning the basic project management. I'm asking difficult questions about features, costs, scalability, and user needs. I'm creating UI mockups. I'm building landing pages. And yes, I even created a waitlist for my upcoming app. Actually, if you'd like to support the project, please check the waitlist and complete the survey. It would help me more than you think. Along the way, I also built microieltsreading.com. Interestingly, it's the first website I've deployed to the public on the internet. The idea was heavily inspired by Free Code Camp's micro-learning approach, breaking learning into small, manageable pieces that people can complete consistently. When it comes to actual coding, most of the code is AI generated. And honestly, I think that's completely reasonable. If the task is test-based, AI has a role to play. However, I don't just copy and paste everything blindly. I try to understand what the code is doing. Not every single detail, of course, but enough to know what is happening. For example, this JavaScript function does this component appears on the phone screen, this section controls the styling. I'm currently using React Native with Expo because it allows me to build across multiple platforms. So eventually, one of two things will happen. Either I'll generally learn how to code, or I'll become a guy who successfully builds software with the help of AI. And honestly, I'm okay with either outcome because at the end of the day, I do know that my role in this society is not to become the greatest programmer. My role is to help people learn English. Technology is simply another tool that allows me to solve educational problems at a larger scale. That's it for today's video. If you'd like to contribute ideas, feedback, or suggestion for this project and future apps, please join the waitlist and leave a comment below. I read every single comment and I do my best to reply to every one of them. And if you'd like to follow the journey from an English teacher to an app builder, make sure to subscribe for future updates. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.